let's go down and check it and make sure this works. So if you remember last week's video, we replaced the motor and our exhaust fan, and that did not fix the problem. It was actually the switch. So we ordered a new switch, and it has since come in, and we've gotten it installed. So just want to run through a little bit of what we did. Also the tools we used, because we used some new tools on the install. And if you stay to the end, we'll give you a little bonus tip on keeping your exhaust fans clean. Alright, so last week we pretty much got everything done using just this set of needle nose pliers from Klein. They're really handy. They are a needle nose plier, they're a wire stripper, a wire cutter. These little holes here, you can see that, are actually for cutting heavier gauge solid wire or solid cable. There's a crimp tool here for butt connectors and whatnot, and then even a little jaw for pulling fish tape. And these work great, but when we're in a space as limited as that fan up top, sometimes having a dedicated tool is a little bit better. So we used some new ones this week. So first up was just a nice wire cutter. So cuts right here as opposed to back here on these guys. So just let you get in there a little bit nicer. These do have a crimp tool as well built in, just like these guys do here. But those work great. So once you've got your wire cut, wire stripper. And this stripper works great. It's really easy to use, makes quick work of it, gives you nice clean strips. So I've got some spare wire here. Just put it in the appropriate size slot, close down, and boom, there it is. Nice, easy, clean, and it doesn't damage the conductors inside. So now that we've got our wire stripped and cut, when it comes time to crimp on connectors, that's where this tool comes in real handy. And if you've ever noticed when you're dealing with, butt splices, spade terminals, a lot of times they're color coded, either blue, yellow, or red, and that color coincides with the gauge wire that they're designed to work with. And this tool has different crimping dies for yellow, blue, or red connectors. And it ratchets, so as you're closing it, it stays shut. You don't have to kill your hands, and then it releases when the right amount of pressure has been applied to make sure that that connector is fully closed, but not too tight to where you actually damage it or the conductors underneath. Another nice little feature with this guy is it can act as a separate set of hands. So open it back up, and let's say we're going to use this connector, put it in there, get this guy started, and now it's holding that connector so we don't have to. Take your wire, get it in place, squeeze, and release. Now it's in there tight, using the right amount of pressure, and you're good to go on your next connector. So these are the tools that I use this time instead of just this guy, to make my life a little easier working up top where it was a really small area. So here's our new switch wired up and ready to get installed. This side will plug into the motor, and I reused the spade connector from the original switch since this new switch just terminated with bare wire. And then this wire is going to power, and that's the wire we cut last week up on the roof so that we could remove the old switch. And you could wire this either way, swapping which wire goes to the motor or which wire goes to the power. The switch doesn't care. It's just going to open and close when you press the button. And if you like this kind of stuff or find this video helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it.
It looks really good in here.
Well, I guess that's all there is to say about that. So this is the new switch wired in up on the roof and ready to go. And for the moment of truth, it works. Alright, so bonus tip. Now that we've got the fan working again, we can actually clean it. And the easy way to do that is we just took a paintbrush, small paintbrush, like a 1-inch paintbrush, and turn the fan on, give it a little rubbing to clean that screen. So with the fan on, that'll take anything on the outside and kind of lift it off and blow it out the exhaust vent. And then when you're done with that, turn it off, and then you can finish up getting rid of the stuff on the inside. So for comparison, here's the one in our bathroom that we just cleaned. Left the lights off so you can really kind of see just how clean it gets when you use that little paintbrush.